YouTube, welcome back to the Bombaclot channel. Wagwan. Wagwan, we don't know. If you've been here before, I appreciate you coming back. And if you've never been here, welcome to the channel. Do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe. So, man, we back on this topic. This is a topic that I covered last summer. And I got a lot of hate for it. A lot of hate in the comments, especially from, well, only from women. I got a lot of hate. They didn't like my stance on this topic. And I don't think they like that I covered this topic, but basically we back on the topic of coffee dates. And I don't know why this coffee date topic is such a big deal. I ran across a video today and I was like, man, let me jump back on here and talk about this. I'm not sure why these conversations are still being had. I didn't know it was that serious about coffee dates on a first date, but y'all still talking about it.
This is why you should never accept a coffee date for a first date. Perhaps it sounds convenient to you because you don't need to spend a whole evening with a stranger you may not like. But a guy who just invites you for coffee shows such low effort, it almost shows as if he's not interested in getting to know you. As if he says, let that girl prove herself first before I'm willing to take her out for dinner. But let me tell you what this says about you. If you accept a coffee date, that actually shows that you accept the bare minimum, and that shows how you see yourself. Because if you don't see yourself as being worthy of something more than just a coffee, how can he be convinced? The purpose of dating is to meet new people and maybe to meet a potential boyfriend while having fun. But a coffee date doesn't sound like fun. It sounds more like a job. Okay, I'll go sit there for half an hour, see if he's worth it, see if I like him, and then we're talking. And then it's the coffee date that becomes a waste of time, because how much can you get to know somebody in half an hour to an hour? Let him take you out for dinner and enjoy it, and never forget you're a free woman. If you don't like the guy, kindly excuse yourself and leave.
So look, why can't we just leave it at the fact that some men like coffee dates on a first date, some women like coffee dates on a first date? Why do you try to convince everyone else that a coffee date is a bad idea? You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody like a coffee date, if a woman like a coffee date, she like coffee dates and she has her reasons for it. And if she don't like it, she has her reasons for it. Me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with a coffee date. It makes sense. Coffee date on a first date, it makes sense to me. Now, if you want to go bigger, you want to go on like an extravagant date or take them somewhere cool or go out to dinner, whatever, that's cool too. I like doing that too. But a coffee date makes sense to me. I don't think I've ever actually been on a coffee date for a first date, but I've been on first dates that were similar, like something that was easy to do, you know, and you really just have a conversation. And to me, at the end of the day, a first date is really to try to get to know the person, right? That's the whole purpose, is to get to know the person, not to see how much money they're willing to spend on you or how big their bank account is because they're willing to blow this type of cash on a first date. A lot of the times, a man will do all of that on a first date, and then you're not even gonna text him back. So what's wrong with a coffee date? It's convenient to me. A coffee date is convenient for both parties. The man can decide whether this is someone he can see himself being with down the line or work in that direction. And the woman can decide, like, you know what, I'm not feeling this dude and I'm ready to just leave right now. Or after 15, 20 minutes and your coffee is done, you're just like, I'm not really into this. You're not going to say it like that, of course, but you just decide, like, you're not feeling them like that, and you excuse yourself, and then you get up out of there. It's easy to do something like that on a coffee date. Like, hey, man, I got to run. It was nice to get to know you, nice to talk to you for a little bit, but I got to go. I got to run. Spent like $10, $15. Y'all was only there for like 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30, depending on if the conversation was working, but I'm assuming if the conversation wasn't working, it was probably more like 15, 20 minutes. And you're like, you know what? I'm not really feeling them like that. Glad I did this rather than spending a whole 2-3 hours at a dinner table with this person who I don't want to sit through this dinner with because I'm not feeling it. Imagine that. You on a first date with somebody and y'all at dinner and you not feeling it, and you know that in a 15, 20 minute time frame, and you just like, damn, I'm going to be sitting here for another 2.5 hours, 2 hours probably, sitting here trying to entertain this dude who I'm not feeling. Y'all just probably sitting in silence, just eating, not saying anything to each other, just awkward silence. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the silence can be awkward with even somebody who you are cool with. You know what I mean? So imagine that first date and you on a dinner date and you doing something like that. She said in the video, a coffee date shows such low effort. It's almost like he's not even interested in getting to know you. That's not true. Y'all need to stop taking advice from these women who are self-proclaimed dating coaches or whatever. Stop taking advice from them because that's not true. She's basically saying you would never take the girl of your dreams on a coffee date for the first date. Absolutely, men would. Absolutely. When you meet somebody, you testing the nature of what's going on. If this person seems like this is somebody you would enjoy having a conversation with, and you know that it's not gonna offend them, or they would say yeah to a coffee date for the first date, it don't matter if it's somebody who you probably not feeling and you want to get to know, maybe, or if it's the girl of your dreams. It don't really matter. You would take them both on a coffee date. It happened. I've seen plenty of people go on coffee dates and it turned out successful. It really just depends on the person and the type of conversation y'all been having. If y'all been having a type of conversation where it seems like, yo, going out for drinks might be a better suitable date for this person, then boom, you're gonna go out for drinks. Oh, this person right here, it seems like maybe going out for a coffee or going on a lunch date, something like that, that might better intrigue this person. Or, oh, this person seems like they probably would prefer to go to dinner. Then you might do something like that. Oh, this person seems like they might like a type of adventure. So then you go on a hike. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is different. It don't matter if it's the girl of your dreams or not. You kind of testing the person out a little bit. And then after you talk to them a little bit, you can probably kind of feel out what you think they may or may not like. So that is not true when you say a coffee date is low effort and he's basically not even trying to get to know you. I would say that a coffee date is showing that he is trying to get to know you, because a coffee date is going to force more conversation. Y'all actually talking a lot. That's really all you can do. Sip, sip, talk. Sip, sip, talk. At a dinner date, a lot of times, you're not saying much. It's just kind of quiet unless you really know each other. Sometimes you're not saying much. A movie date, you're not talking at all. You know what I'm saying? So what she said to me is not true. She said a man taking you on a coffee date is basically him saying, let her prove herself to me first before I'm willing to take her to dinner. You're proving yourself to her as well. Honestly, you're proving yourself to her. Maybe she don't want to sit through a dinner date with you. Maybe she want to know, like, let me get to know this person first before I sit through a long dinner date with this person. It goes both ways. He's not saying, oh, let me see if she's worth a dinner date. That's not what he's saying. He might be saying, let me see if I like this person enough and I can bear a dinner date with this person. You know what I'm saying? It's just ways to look at it. And what these people are doing is they infecting y'all brains. They infecting y'all brains. Stop listening to these people because they don't know what they're talking about. And there's a lot of women online that take this advice and they run with it. It's a lot of women online that's giving this advice. It's a lot of women online that genuinely, truly believe in this, but it's not true. People, you go on first dates to get to know each other. If you don't like coffee dates, you don't like coffee dates. But don't tell everybody else not to like coffee dates. You get what I'm saying? It's getting real toxic out here. You feel me? If you accept a coffee date, then that actually shows you that you accept a bare minimum. What you talking about? Shut the hell up, man. What you talking about? They infecting y'all heads. They infecting you. Stop listening to this garbage, man. Make your own decisions. Do what you like to do, not what the internet tells you to do. Do what you like to do. Like what you like. Don't like what the internet tells you to like. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You feel me? That's all I got for today. I appreciate you stopping by. I thank you for watching the video. If you made it this far, I definitely appreciate you. Do me a favor. If you ain't like this video by now, like it. Even if you ain't really like it, like it. If you ain't subscribed right now, sub the channel. If you ain't sub the channel. And share this video with one of the homies. You feel me? That's all I got. Peace.